and Jen. We have a few things to talk about today. We're going to call this a collage because we're going to talk about just about everything. Why? Because there's a lot to talk about these days, people. Not too many people will take the time, but this person is going to take the time. I'm just opening up all of my windows. He's opening up all of his windows. He's using Windows. Oh, no, that's not it. I had to restart the computer this morning. When I got it, I didn't have access to internet. This is Keith Sweat, and he's singing about there being a right and a wrong way. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of a right and a wrong way, let's speak of one way. By the way, did you hear him? How he's sitting up there segueing words? That's what I do. Let's put this video on pause because we're not concerned about this video right now. Where you at, Keith? Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Don't know what was going on with Keith. All right. This is Advanced System Care 2.0. That's this program. They have improved this program greatly. Let me give a demonstration. Not advertising for this company, but this is Elbit, and I like them. So they have a virus scanner now. They didn't have a virus scanner before, but they also have a systems recovery optimization that I use because I like it. It does help fix registry and all of this other stuff, and they've improved it. Then they also have this for speeding up the system, your startup time. My startup time was 42 seconds this morning. They told me to share this with people, so I'm sharing it. Okay? Then they have other protections like you get to install this when you have the upgraded version. That's this one right here. They give it all to you there on this website, this YouTube. Okay? Anyway, surfing protection with ads. I already have that. Okay, see, watch this. See, already got it. Ain't gotta get it, nope, don't have to give it. Already got it. Then this, you when you download a program, you install a program, whether it be for your new HP laptop, your new HP computer, they change your homepage without telling you. I mean, they do have something inside the program, but they don't tell you that they're getting ready to do something to cause you damage. Damage. All right. Then you have this wonderful thing called the Toolbox, and these are the other programs offered by this company. All right, I'm just letting you know because some of you don't have stuff like that, so I'm advertising that. Guys, there is a video. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who this man is. I never seen Meek Mills, okay, until this morning. Okay? Matter of fact, usually sometimes when I get up and I'm trying to get into my day, what I will do, Will Smith is trying to say he's speaking out. Is he coming out of the closet finally? I'm sorry. You guys weren't supposed to know that about him. I apologize. Okay. We want to do the interview that got Meek Mill's a marked man. Ladies and gentlemen, the interview that got Meek Mill's a marked man is not so much an interview that got Meek Mill's a marked man, because I don't even know, I don't know anything about this man. But what I will tell you, and I can be quite confident in this, I did listen to this interview. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this one. And apparently, everybody was on his job. No, we don't want the interview. Let's do GOT. We'll do that so that we can go straight to the video and not have to go and scroll down and look for it. Oh, I guess we still are going to have to do this. And I guess he's been doing a lot of interviews. Nope, the game. I don't care about the game. I don't care about all that. I just need the interview that got Meek Mill's a marked man. Where you at? Dag nabbit. Oh, that maid. That's why it didn't do it. That maid. Who's calling? Somebody answer that phone. Hey, tell him I ain't here.
Hello, this is Angela. I'm sorry I'm unable to.
Oh, that's Angela. I'm sorry. Hold on, Angela.
At the sound of the beep, leave
I
your
apologize,
name and number,
ladies and
and I will
gentlemen.
contact
This
you
is
as
Gerald
soon as
Levert.
possible.
Okay.
I know you're there, baby. It just ain't right the way you treat me. I just wish you'd listen, open up, and try to understand how I feel. I miss you.
Look at that. I did it again and it still didn't pull up the interview.
And I just want you
I can't show it to you. The interview. Oh, gotta get rid of this. But it still should have pulled it up. It literally should have pulled it up. So it ain't doing it. So I want to get the exact video because I want to explain something about this video. So y'all have to excuse me. Again, Google with this stupid algorithm. Let's do. Oh, see, I didn't put no game interview. That's why I pulled up the game. I did not know that it was talking about the game. The interview that made Meek Mill's a marked man. I don't care about Tupac. I don't care about Dave Chappelle. I don't even care if Dave Chappelle is a clone or not. Okay? And Meek Mills is going to get an appeal. I don't know anything about him being in jail. I don't know why he's in jail. I only found out later when I looked in the Google stream. But he's a rapper. You know how them rappers are. I don't give a, he ain't no rapper. Okay? Rappers don't exist anymore. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I put in the exact words and it's not pulling up the exact video. It's got 490 results. Look at that. And all it wants to focus on is marked man. 2 years in prison. Okay, Meek, you got 2 years. Probation judge threatens to sue him. Okay, who cares? Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. I'm looking at it on my cell phone. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the exact video. Let me make his name in all capital letters. Let me make this a person and not just a word. You would think when you do your search that you're able to pull up exactly what you're looking for, but no, that made Meek Mill a marked. I'm going to do it exactly like it is in the title. Exactly. See, we get to learn. See, it still didn't pull it up. Now, hold on. I'm going to prove to y'all. Hey, Gerald, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Gerald, we're going to get back to you in a minute. You know, we ain't forgot about you. Don't think we done forgot about who you be. Who you is, not who you was, who you is. I am so sick and tired of these advertisements on YouTube. Every time you go someplace, they want to do some stupid advertising. I don't want no advertising. Okay? This interview, as a matter of fact, let me tell you. Okay, so he's 30 years old. That's what I was wondering. I did not see him announce that at the beginning, but Meek Mills is 30 years old. And the reason why, and I'm so glad it said that at the beginning, at the very beginning, he says, so now you're 30. And so because he says that at the very beginning, that's the reason I'm doing this video. Not because he says he's 30, but because of the maturity that you can see this man now has. You see, a lot of so-called rappers have no maturity. Let's do we can get rid of this, and we basically gonna do, watch this, hip hop news uncensored. Apologize, that's my voice recognition, and the particular software I'm using right now does not have. See how we got hip hop news uncensored? And then all I have to do is put in Meek Mill's. This is, see, the interview that made Meek Mill's a marked man. I put in the exact same title, and guess what? I just didn't put this. So I put the, and it didn't pull up anything near the video. But this is what I want you guys to do. When you get a chance, I'm not advertising this site. I'm not advertising Meek Mill's. I don't know who the Meek Mill's is.
We 3-0. We 30.
Yeah, that's why you're looking at. I sound like I'm 30 now, right?
Yeah, it's just it's a difference.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. I don't care about what the so-called title of this video is. Okay? The announcer does something that I did not focus on at the beginning. I did not pay attention to these beginning words. But apparently somebody else noticed something different about this man. And when you listen to the interview, you can see that there's a level of maturity that has, I said maturity, I didn't say maturity because there's no CH in the word. There's a level of maturity about him now. The way he is speaking is from the position of a man, not the position of a child or a little boy, as most so-called teenagers and young adults act like. I tell people it's not until you get around the age of 26 or between 26 and 28 as being of the male species of the human race that you come to understand. So pay attention to the beginning.
3-0. We 3-0. We 30.
yeah, that's why you're looking at. I sound like I'm 30 now, right?
Yeah, it's just it's a difference.
Yeah.
Is it because of the age, or is just because of the things you went through to make you?
Yeah, it was things I went through. Like I mentioned in other interviews, I was like,
Ladies and gentlemen, this man, from listening to this interview, has been through a lot. He gives a lot of advice to younger people, whether they are rappers or anything else. See, the reason why I'm pointing out this video, and we're going to talk about some other things, but the reason why I'm pointing out this video and what he's saying in this video is because he's talking about a lot of things, but he speaks specifically at a point about an addiction. Hold on.
there's a point I'm getting high, I'm doing pills, you know, like there's like a Percocet town too. And since we on the mic right now, we might as well address it. Like all the young boys running around taking pills all day and getting high, and it's basically a form of dope. Like when you stop taking the pills, they like break your body down, so they gotta keep on taking the pills. In real life, and I'm not knocking you if you do it, because I did it at one time, and I know how hard it is to get off of it, but that's for suckers. Like the way we came up straight hustlers. Like we make.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, this interview is not about quote unquote hip hop, more so than it is him literally talking about his experiences, but how he has walked away from so many things, how he has grown. The reason why I'm doing this, because there is a reason. I'm not just doing it just to be doing it. I am doing this video and speaking about this subject for a particular reason. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, in our lives is that there is a lot of addictions out there. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about being addicted to drugs in the form of going out there and purchasing drugs either from a pharmacy or a pharmacy from the neighborhood. I'm talking about drugs, period. You see, there are a lot of people talk about, oh, I get high on life. Yet, but they don't get high on life. What they get high on is the adrenaline rush that comes from taking chances, from doing wild things, okay? Or whether a person gets high on nature. And I'm not talking about getting high on smoking weed or smoking mushrooms or sniffing this or sniffing that. I mean, getting high on being in nature. There are people who do literally get a high, an endorphin rush, an adrenaline rush. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that adrenaline is a drug? Of course it is. That's why they can put it in a needle and shoot it in the body. It's a drug, it's an endorphin for individuals to receive a certain sensation, a certain high. This is our problem. Some of you are high on information. You like to acquire more and more information. Now that whole trend started. Yeah, this you do know this is a painting, right? Guys, you know this is a painting, right? Because I wouldn't show it on my computer if it wasn't a painting. Okay, but this would be interesting. Horse against machine. Horsepower versus horsepower. Which one do you think will win? My bet's on this one. Okay, because he's a pain in the no. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we all have our addictions. We get high on one thing or another. I don't like what they refer to it as recreational drugs because people refer to it as recreational drugs. No, there's no such thing as a recreational drug. Oh, I do it to relax. Really? So you take drugs to dumb down your mind, something to take control over you so that you can relax. How is that relaxing when you come down off of that drug? You're worse than when you began. Ladies and gentlemen, drugs don't relax you. You relax you. I have a situation where a young lady phoned me. She asked me for my help. I felt sorry for her, not only because of her age, but because of her plight. And I said, all right, let me see what I can do. So I made her a part of our adverse possession group, where we were working on helping people understand adverse possession and trying to teach them to do adverse possession on their own properties. Well, the bank was coming after her, so I told her I would write a couple of letters to them and I would do a QWR for her. And I did. Now, this was early last year, roughly around April of last year. They wanted to foreclose on her in October. We got that date pushed back. Then we filed a bankruptcy. The judge dismissed her bankruptcy with prejudice, barring her from filing bankruptcy for another 180 days. Ladies and gentlemen, he barred her because he said she was abusing the bankruptcy system. This was her first bankruptcy. I'm sorry. Do you understand? In order for you to abuse the bankruptcy system, you have to have filed bankruptcy several times. The judge did this on purpose, not because she filed bankruptcy, but because of the paperwork that went with the bankruptcy, letting the court know about how we understood what was going on in the system. And we wanted to bring those issues up during the case. This judge later said that the act of, I want y'all to pay attention to this because this is very important. The act of March 9, 1933, which Congress has said to still be extant, to still be existing, is a bunch of, no, y'all gotta see it. Definition for gobbledygook. Stop listening. The judge actually said that her motion and her petition and her bringing up the fact that it was, pay attention, in line with the act of March 9, 1933, that it was a bunch of gobbledygook. Does anybody know what the gobbledygook mean? Well, you see, Dragon voice recognition recognizes it. Let's see if the dictionary recognizes it. Gobbledygook. Language that is meaningless or that is made unintelligible by excessive use of technical terms. Does that not explain the court's quote unquote whole stupidity? Now, mind you, this word was created by none other than a lawyer in the 1800s. Yeah, sure. You want to see? Let's do that. Okay. Now, it says originally United States, probably intimating a turkey's gobble, 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 gobble. But no, when we do Webster's, Merriam-Webster's dictionary, we find that, oh, look at that. It started being used in the 40s, and then it gets its use, and it continues to be used by the court. Gobbledygook. Ladies and gentlemen, it is actually a word. Oh, Lord. And this is just so that you can know. Oh, not Merriam-Webster. There was another one that said 1800. So Merriam-Webster says 1944. But I found one that said 1800. And I don't see it here. And that's not the point. When it got started, it's just the point for you all to know that it is a word that is used. And they understand it. And it is, you can tell the court when the court is speaking with you, excuse me, everything you just said is a bunch of gobbledygook. I need you to break that down in layman's terms so I can understand. Not in legal terms, but in layman's terms. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Want you to find out there's a difference, okay? Where's my mouse? There you are. Wake up. The difference between terms and words. Question mark. Stop listening. You see, I told the court that if you're going to proceed, then we're going to be using words and not legalese. The idiot, Marcus Lopez, of the federal district court said, well, if you don't understand legal terminology, then I guess you're going to need a lawyer. I guess you're not going to be able to represent yourself. Oh, I said, it's not a matter of whether or not I understand legal terminology. It's whether or not I am bound to sit here and stomach and suffer legal terminology. You ignorant mother. No, I didn't say that. I said something to let him know that I was aware that he was using legal terms. And I told him, you need to explain to me, where is it that I have to be subject to such legal terminology, where you guys take and create words to make them similar to the English word? I am not a legal terminologist. I am an individual who speaks English. Now pay attention. Hence, all terms are words, but only some words can be terms. A term refers to something either abstract or concrete. Because a term refers to something, e.g., an object, event, or relation, it represents that something. Thus, to spot the difference between a term and a word requires that the term represent something. You guys heard the case yesterday I played for you with the shooter in Florida, where the judge sat up there and said to him, I need you to understand something, that everything you say can and will be used against you throughout these proceedings. Interesting, ain't it? The judge made it quite clear. We're going to use your terms and your words against you. Interesting, huh? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Now, we went to there, that's WikiHow and all that. I don't want to go to WikiHow. I want to look at that. There is a site called The Difference Between. Literally, a site called differencebetween.com. Don't know of it, can't advertise it. Like I said, I'm doing the research at the same time with y'all. I have not. This is the first time I'm doing a difference between terms and words because I already knew this, but many of you didn't. And so I'm sharing this with you, i.e., this is a collage video. We're going to talk about several things. Pay attention. Most of us do not give much thought to the difference between term and words or the use of them interchangeably, i.e., the reason for this video, because it went through my mind years ago, but I have to realize it doesn't go through everybody's mind. Everybody doesn't think alike. That's the unique part. That's why I gave you that Meek Mill's. This interview made Meek Mill's a marked man. Go and listen to that. I'm positively certain you will see the level of maturity in that man. Now, I'm not saying that he is a role model. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. No, I'm saying that you can see that somebody has educated him, that somebody sat him down and pointed things out to him, that he has learned, okay? He has learned. Sorry, too many young people today are hard-headed. They cannot learn. They will swear up and down they can learn, but they cannot. Their heads are too hard to learn. They are, sorry, too self-consumed to learn. They think, and I used to hear people talk about this all the time when I was younger. You young people think you know everything. Well, it's not that they think they know everything. When you try to explain something to them, they think they already know everything about what the consequences may be. So you let them suffer the consequences. Meek Mills has suffered and is suffering consequences. And he's learning a lesson. Pay attention. However, a word is a meaningful element in a language. A term, on the other hand, is a word but has a particular meaning in a situation. Hence, these two cannot be used interchangeably. So you can't take a term and make it a word and then make it a term again in the same sentence. The relationship between a word and a term can simply be understood in the following manner. All terms are words, but not all words are terms. Does sound like some legal stupidity, doesn't it? Legal stupidity. My own word, my own term. Since they can have gobbledygook, we can have legal stupidity. Okay? All terms are words, but not all words are terms. This highlights that words have a general meaning which applies to our day-to-day understanding. However, terms goes a step further. It acquires a special meaning in a special situation. Through this article, let us examine the differences between a word and a term. We're not here to do that today. This is just me pointing out that there is a difference to you all. So now that you know the difference between words and terms, give me 1 second. There's something else I wanted to show you all today. Like I said, this is a collage. Does anybody know what a collage is? Hold on. Let's go back. The meaning of collage. Collage. Stop listening. A piece of art made by sticking various different materials such as photographs and pieces of paper and fabric onto a backing. And art, the art of making collages, a collection or combination of various things. So this video is a collage. Okay. As a matter of fact, That's going to be the title right there that we're going to use for our video. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're going to open up another window, but I have to put y'all on pause because we got to do the music thing. Okay, and I got to go get the other computer so I can bring up a couple of things that I think, and this is for those of you who have been doing research. I promise you that you're going to be very interested in the information I'm about to present. Some of you know about this, many of you do not. I've had it for a while. Somebody then sent me another copy. So I figured because the persons have been sending it to me, some of you have just been discovering some of this stuff. So let's bring it to your attention. Give me 1 second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. We're going to start this off with a little bit of Nona Hendrix. And Nona and Peter Gabriel are singing Winds of Change. And I do hope that by listening to the videos that I have put up on YouTube, many of you can see the changes, okay, that have taken place. Give me 1 second. There's a particular document that we need to pull up. The years are made of tears. A guide to federal government ACH payments. Guide. Guide. Stop listening. This is a live version. That's the issue. I was wondering why it didn't start off the way it was supposed to. They're doing this, her and Peter Gabriel are doing this song live. That is all right. Oh, if you guys don't know who Peter Gabriel is, it is, pay attention. Sledgehammer. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Do you see what this is? Many of you are trying to figure out how to pay through your TDA and your Federal Reserve account. And you're sitting up here sending stuff to me, asking questions instead of going to the source. Wait, because those you're not paying attention. And I know you're not paying attention because you can't see where this is coming from. So hold on. www.fiscal.treasury.gov. This is the official Treasury handbook on ACH payments with the United States Treasury. This is their policies and procedures, people. Again, you all are calling me, asking me for the answers when they already give you the answers. I keep telling you what you want to do is follow their policies and procedures. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a look at something because we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Last update, December 14, 2017. I told you they changed the procedure. So go through this. There is a PDF, okay? Look, previous notices, revised chapters, and reminders. Complete index of updated downloads by chapter. Direct deposit sign-up forms. Are you understanding, ladies and gentlemen? Are you understanding? So those of you who are worried about your TDAs and getting access to your Federal Reserve accounts and all of that, they tell you how. I told you, they can't change the law. The law is the same. The law hasn't changed since 1933, 1934, 1935. They have not changed anything. They just changed the policy. You guys need to get this. You need to understand. So that's for you. Go and have fun. Learn how to do it. Don't be sitting, oh, I want to get rid of my debt. Then you need to do some homework. You need to do some research. Well, I've done research. You haven't done this research, so shut up. People telling me they've done research. You ain't done no mother research. If you're coming to me, you definitely ain't did no research. You did what you called research. That ain't research. Oh, this is my girls, All Saints. Pay attention. This is for San Mateo. All throughout California, pay attention. Who must file? Financial disclosure, conflict of interest. Okay? But the form is not about conflict of interest. Get advice from the, let's see, what does the FPPC stand for? Well, ladies and gentlemen, give me a second as I can tell you what FPPC. Remember, you are an agent for the agency. You have a state agency. Your agency is deemed an employee of the state. So you have to resign as registered agent for that agency. But that's not what the form was created for. You have to do your research and figure out what the form was created for, because you're just guessing right now when you tell me something stupid like that. Okay? This lets you know what the form was used for. Why is it being used? And then you have to understand the foundation of the law. Look, Form 804, newly created position, and Form 805, consultant, late penalties. Okay? So don't go doing this without doing your research and seeing how it applies to you. Just letting you know. Hold on. Because that birth certificate created something, y'all. Didn't it? We got two more things we're going to talk about, but right now, we started with that one, and we're going to almost finish with this one. Watch this. Wake up. Local Security Administrator's Guide.
Come on. Come on.
Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to make sure we get the right one, and these ain't the right one. Hold on. Uh-oh, wrong letter. Trying to use one hand to do that, and it just don't work that way. Okay. Look at that. Fiscal Service Department, United States Department of the Treasury. No thanks. Get the out of here. Okay. There you go. Treasury Collateral Management and Monitorization System. The Treasury Collateral Management and Monitoring System is centralized application operated by the Federal Reserve Bank to monitor securities and other financial assets pledged as collaterals to secure public funds. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You should be doing this. Okay? Let's do this. Let's do this. And look at the copy. Okay. 31 CFR Part 202. Why do we need this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what SACCOM has been doing. Okay? We have an agreement, a pledge of collateral agreement, and we do an assignment. Most people are not understanding it because they are trying to copy what SACCOM is doing as an organization. You cannot copy what we're doing because you're not on our level. You can't understand what we're doing because you are bringing in a bunch of other junk and you don't understand what's going on. Okay? Collateralizing public deposits. People, you're going to have to go and do some research. Okay? Nobody's in competition with SACCOM. No other organization is doing what SACCOM is doing. So SACCOM's not worried about people trying to copy. Because the stuff that you guys are doing, you're not doing everything we're doing. Like we told people, there's a lot of things going on in the background at SACCOM. So I am putting this information out there for y'all. That's why I said y'all, not me, you all. Come on, computer, stop doing that. Don't you hate it when it does this? And this is touchscreen doing this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop you. Hold on. Right there. Okay. Nope, won't let me do it. Now it should let me do it. Nope, still won't let me. There you go. That's what I needed. Okay. Pledge as collateral to secure public funds. We're going to just do pledge as collateral. Pledge collateral refers to assets that are used to secure a loan. Your home is pledged as collateral. The borrower pledges assets or property to the lender to guarantee or secure a loan. Should you not be doing this to the United States since they're the owners of all of your homes and they're the ones actually lending you the money? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not giving you the answers. I'm pointing you in the direction for you to start doing some research. You don't get to take this and then use that junk you thought you already knew with it. You must start from the foundation. Where did this pledge of collateral junk start? When did it start? What laws allows you to pledge collaterals to the United States government? See, this ain't talking about pledging collateral to the United States government. This is talking about pledging collaterals to some stupid lender. Well, the United States government is the lender. Yes, but this ain't talking directly about that. This is talking about with reference to a bank. Hold on. Pledges collateral to secure public debt. This is the Treasury. This is the law. Let's look at that law, shall we? Oh, you really want to go there? Yes, I want to go there. That's what Code of Federal Regulation stands for, but the ECFR stands for Electronic Code of Federal Regulation. This is current as of March 15, 2018. Okay? Depositaries and financial agents of the federal government. Okay? The regulations which previously appeared in this part governing payment of checks drawn on the United States Treasury now appear in revised part 240. I told you all. I've not seen this before. This is my first time seeing it. This is my first time typing this in. This is how I would be doing research if I'm doing research. But I told you they changed the system. The black cat in the matrix. Hold on. Let's see if we can pull that up because I think that's important. And All saints, y'all getting on my nerves. Let's go there. No, that song is all right. This song is all right. Not supposed to be on this side. Hold on. I messed up, ladies and gentlemen. I messed up. I was headed someplace and I didn't go there because I got distracted by changing that song. So, a lot of stuff on my mind right now. Again, we were talking about pledging securities and pledging collaterals, and I was going to show you something on YouTube regarding that, and now I forgot. Okay, all of this deals with the Treasury, and we were talking about where did it all come from, and then we took you to this stupid subpart, letting you know that this was the law. It has always been the law, and it says payment of checks drawn on the United States Treasury. Okay, this is. Oh, I know where I was going now. I am so glad. Hold on. Watch this. Wake up. Wake up. The black cat in the Matrix. They call it the Matrix Deja Vu. This is the one we want to watch. I'm going to put these young ladies on hold. Because it is important. Oh, God, this is a whole 2 hour and 16-minute movie. It was only supposed to be that section that we were going to. I didn't ask for the whole movie, and I don't feel like paying for it. So YouTube, get them out of here. That's not what I asked for. It's buffering and refreshing and won't let me change anything. I just want the black cat scene. So we're going to have to choose the first one when it lets me choose it. Or I will just go to a different window. Uh-oh. Look at that. It's blocking me. It literally is blocking me. See? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't play that. My computer does not block me from doing things. I block it. All right, let's go here. The black cat. Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't my computer that was blocking me. It was the voice recognition that was blocking me. Everything I was saying, because I didn't turn it off, it was trying to put everything I was saying into the page and search for it. Just like right now, it's froze. So hold on. You see? So that was the problem. Oh God, it pulled up Skype. Where are you at, Skype? I definitely got to put y'all on hold to find out what's going on. 1 second. Stop listening. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I was doing a couple of things. So let's see if this video is the one I'm looking for. No, not looking for that part. We talk about that particular scene, but it shows everything, and I'm only looking for. It won't show me a preview. but I think this is the one that I think I need. But it doesn't, I don't think it shows the part that I need the very beginning, but let's see. No, can't watch this. There are no words. See, the volume is all the way up. They're just doing the scene. I want the actual deja vu. I want to hear the words. So let's try this one. Do you hear the music at the beginning?
Oh, deja vu.
Yeah, we'll play this one at.
What did you just?
Play this one.
Oh, deja vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little deja vu.
What did you see?
What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
Open the windows.
Oh my God.
Okay, stop. That's all we wanted to see. That's all I needed to see. Pay attention. I wasn't looking for the world. I was only looking for that scene to where he goes, oh, deja vu. Deja who? Deja vu. Okay? And they go, wait, what did you see? I saw a black cat and then I saw another black cat. Was it the same black cat? I don't know. Not sure. Okay, what's wrong? A glitch usually indicates a change in the matrix, that they've changed something. Ladies and gentlemen, what has been the glitch? Let me ask you that question. Ladies and gentlemen, what has been the glitch? Does anybody understand what I'm talking about? People were getting access to their Treasury accounts and their Federal Reserve accounts, and they were actually paying their bills. Then all of a sudden, they weren't able to do it anymore, but the system appeared to be the same system. It's just the access had been blocked. They changed something. Well, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, the ending of this video has shown you on several levels that, where's that word at? Stop it. Yeah, it won't let me touch the screen to move up. I have to use this over here. No, there's another way for me to move down. Come on. Whew. All right. Now appears in revised blah, blah, blah. They've revised the system, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. They have revised the system so you guys can't get access to it. And you guys are not paying attention. This is your deja vu. Okay? It looks like the same system. You're reading the same rules. They must follow these rules, but they're not allowing you access because the regulations which previously appeared, deja vu, has been made to appear in revised form. Deja vu. Deja vu. Oh, I named my son Deja Vu. Man, everybody keeps saying they've heard that name before. And I keep telling them, no, you ain't. This is an original name. And they say, no, I definitely have heard that name before. And they say, no, you could not have heard that name before because this is my son's name. I invented that name. I know I heard that name before. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they changed the system. They revised the procedure, not the code. Pay attention. They haven't changed the code. They haven't changed the matrix code. They've only changed the system. I keep trying to tell you guys this, but people are not getting it. Deja vu. Deja vu. Could you be the thing that I once knew? Deja vu. Deja vu. Okay? They have changed the system. And we're going to go here with this one. All right. So now you must look to the system to find out where the changes have been made. Remember, if you guys want to know about pledge, watch this. We were talking about pledge collaterals. And so let's go all the way back up to the top. I want to find cases, so I want to see what it's going to pull up. Okay, look at that. I just put in pledge to the USA cases. Okay, and pledges the credit of the United States. Interesting, ain't it? 1935. From this premise, the government seems to reduce the proposition that when, with adequate authority, the government borrows money and pledges the credit of the United States, it is free to ignore the pledge and alter the terms of its obligation in case a latter Congress finds their fulfillment inconvenient. Okay? We're not talking about no pledge of nobody's allegiance. Oh, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. Okay. No, you don't want to pledge your allegiance to the United States of America or to no flag because I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. You can pledge your allegiance to the United States of America. Okay. But pay attention. The determination whether a transaction involves a sell or a purchase is difficult because the definitional section of the 1933-1934 Acts are broad and ambiguous. The difficulties commonly arises in cases involving a pledge of stock as collateral for a commercial loan. The Supreme Court, however, okay, do you understand? This has been going on, ladies and gentlemen, but you have to understand. And by the way, pay attention. I didn't write this article. I did not write this article, but this individual is saying that it started with these acts right here. So now you have to go to the acts that allows you to pledge. It actually didn't start with them, but that's where you can start, okay? With understanding what a pledge is. Wikipedia. This is a 1952 case where the United States Supreme Court speaks of such a pledge, okay? Then you have Pledge of Allegiance here, but we don't care about that pledge. We are not calling about the pledge where you do your furniture. Oh man, I use pledge all the time. It makes my furniture shine. It puts a nice little coat of wax on it. And oh man, the shine is so perfect. My mama used to make me pledge furniture, but I told her I didn't want to pledge furniture. I wanted to keep it for myself, but she told me you ain't keep it for yourself. I said, Mama, you shouldn't talk like Mama said, shut the I said, Mama said, I said, shut the up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just so that you guys understand, this is Pledge of Allegiance, this case right here. Okay, because guess what? This is a Jehovah's Witness case. Okay, and I guarantee you'll find that Hayden Covington as the attorney. Okay, so we're not talking about this case. All right. All right, we're not talking about that pledge. So they gave me the wrong pledge. So we are talking about the pledging of your collateral to the United States. But this particular search was pledge to the United States. And then we did cases. Should have been a comma, okay? Because we're looking for the cases that cover such things. And the first thing we put up there, see, when we do cases and we put the comma, uh-oh. Hold on. You know, I don't know how to spell collateral at all. Sorry. I know how to spell collateral, but I can't think of it right now. Wake up. Collateral. Stop listening. You see, the problem is I have my hefty Dragon Naturally Speaking to help correct things. Okay? Now we pull up cases that deal with securities because collaterals are securities. So pledging your securities to the United States. Okay? There you go. So now you do your research. Let's see, scholarship law, Department of Education, negotiable instruments pledged as collateral. You mean we can use this for our mortgage? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm providing the information for you. I am not doing the research on this. These are things I already know. That's why I'm the one typing it into the computer. Many of you are going to try to educate me. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't educate me by sending me the whole document, by sending me the whole section. What you can do, if you want to send me something that you'd like for me to share with others, highlight the spot that you want to highlight. Tell us where you're getting the information from, and then we will go and do the research. But sending me the whole article and telling me you need to read this, you must be out of your mother. Excuse me. Whew. Let me explain. I don't have the time, people. Right now, while doing this video, and it's been an hour and 30 minutes that I started doing this video. I start my day at 8:30 in the morning. I don't do any business before 8:30. 8:30 in the morning is when I start my day, and I end at 6:30 every evening. A lot of people want to contact me. Sorry, I've shortened my days so much that I don't have the time to be having no conversation and going tit for tat with you, trying to answer your questions according to your line of thinking. You don't think like me, so I cannot explain things so that you get a firm understanding. And that's why we do the consult, because the consult is a long conversation. Okay? And the people who I'm having these conversations with, the last two people I talked to talked about how their brain was hurting at the end of the conversation. That's the way it's supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where I fill you with a bunch of information. Now, we just pulled up a document. Let me go ahead and get out of Skype. I don't need Skype right now. Yeah, I want to quit. See, Skype doesn't like it when you quit. They always moan and groan and sigh. Shut up, Skype. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want you guys to do. Okay, negotiable instruments pledges collateral security for a loan. Lord, see, Kapaloo, yeah. This is Notre Dame Law Review. Okay? Whoa, look at this. This is 1930? Nah, this can't be from 1930. Of course it can. Look at the format it's in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from 1930. Okay. See, negotiable instrument, hold on. It was held that foreclosure and sale of negotiable instruments held as a pledge is authorized. Okay. I did not write this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a California case. Do you understand that's what your deed of trust is? A pledge to hold your home as collateral? So take that pledge and pledge it to the United States of America, who is responsible for all of the collateral in the United States. You tell the court I did not have the authority to pledge the property to the bank because the property is that of the United States of America. And so the deed of trust is void on that premise alone. Do you understand? But again, I haven't done this research, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know that this was a 1930s thing. That's why I was surprised. Okay, but lo and behold, it is 1930s that this was done. Okay? And of course, volume 5, issue number 6, of course, this is one of the first ones that they did. Okay? So now you have your foundation because they're going to give you case law here. And you're going to use the words from the case law and you're going to do more research upon that. See? Pay attention. Where you at, mouse? There we go. A pledge is defined in 31, I don't know what CYC is, as a transfer, and you don't put, a pledge is defined as a transfer of property. So when you do your quoting, you're going to say a pledge is defined, and then you're going to say as a transfer of personal property as security for a debt or other obligation. It is a bailment to secure payment of debt or a performance for an engagement, accompanied by a power of sale in case of default. All of your deeds of trust are bailments. You say, and this is why I had the insurance to make sure that even if there was a default, that all parties were protected. Do you see how when you wait till the end of the video, the information is all there, but if you don't listen to the whole video, you won't be able to put it all together? Your deed of trust is a pledge or an obligation or a pledge of an obligation. Your deed of trust constitutes a bailment. It is a bailment to secure payment of a debt. That's why you will say a pledge is defined as a transfer of personal property as security for a debt or other obligation. Then you tell the court, once they took my security and traded it on the market and did not give me any consideration in that trade, then they have accepted that being traded on the market as payment of that bailment. Ladies and gentlemen, if it is being securitized and it is a bailment and they are receiving compensation, they are supposed to associate that compensation that they are receiving to the account balance. But they're not doing that. You have to put together the argument. So I just told you how you will transfer the language, use the exact same language, because this is the legalese. You see that quotation right there? Where are they quoting from? They're quoting from the definition, people. So that's why you will use this. Okay, let's find another section for which we can use a quotation. Let's do general rule in regards to a pledgee's rights to sell commercial paper pledged as stated in, no, we don't do is stated in, we do the general rule in regards for the pledgee. Who's the pledgee? Who's the pledgee? The bank. Right to sell commercial paper, your mortgage, pledged is, in the absence of special authority or agreement permitted him to do so, the pledgee has no right to sell commercial paper held as pledge either at public or private sale, and an unauthorized sale by him constitutes a conversion of the instrument. The right to sell commercial paper may be given by express agreement. He can only sell the property if he does not apply, or excuse me, if he has been denied the right to receive the insurance payment. These are the laws that you will use. These are the old laws, and you will find the current laws. But if it's me, this is what I'm using. And I'm getting rid of this section right here, and I keep this section right here. So let's see if we can do that. Does anybody want to see if we can do what we're about to do? Okay, watch this. Hold on. Oh no, it won't let me. Yes, it will. It will let me correct it. Let's go. Oh no, it won't let me correct it. Oh God. I got a better way. Hold on. Let's undo that. Let's get the text box. Is he gonna put a box of a text in there? Watch this. Watch it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. Okay. If I'm explaining this, let's get rid of that S. I know we got to keep it uniform. If I'm explaining this, if I'm copying this, if I'm adding this to my case that I want to create a motion for the court to argue my point, this is what I'm doing. The general rule in regards to the pledgee's right, and you put pledgee, the lender, comma, the beneficiary, comma, the financial institution, comma, or any other party claiming the right to sell a property, and you put it in parentheses, to sell the commercial paper, comma, i.e., to trade it on the market, comma, to do anything with the paper so as to gain some financial benefit, close parenthesis, pledge is in the absence of special authority and agreement permitted him to do so. A pledgee has no right to sell commercial paper held as pledge or other public or private sale. You mentioned to them that your intentions as grantor of the trust was for them to give you the recoupment benefits of the interest associated with the pledge. That's how you handle that, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it's supposed to be handled. That's how it was supposed to be handled in the first place. And people just don't know how to put together a motion. So you don't take and put everything that is written here. You only take and put the things that are pertinent to your situation. Okay? To your situation. Pay attention because a lot of y'all just don't know how to pay attention. Okay? Y'all stuck on that stuff. Y'all stuck on all that junk that you heard so many other people say. Okay, let's see. I'm not looking for this section here because that's not giving me an actual statement from the court or an actual quotation of actual law. Creditors holding such property in trust for the use of the debtor and offering it for sale in satisfaction of his debt can hardly fail to satisfy it. See, when they sell it, it is to satisfy that debt. There should be nothing left over. For unless the solvency or circumstances of the maker of the note were well known and placed beyond doubt, few will purchase, and those only for the purpose of speculation at a ruinously low price, unless the stipulations of the contract are expressly to that effect. The law will not require the debtor to subject his property to an ordeal which he must be, at great measure, destructive of value. This is talking about why they get the right to sell your property as collateral. I have an argument for that, but I'm not going to say that here because that will take away from the purpose and the premise of bringing this information to your attention. So what I'm going to do, pay attention. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. The reason why I'm going to stop here, and I want you to understand, we went here and we did negotiable instrument pledge that's collateral. Okay? See? Notre Dame University, Education Department. This is where we went. We didn't do all of that stuff because we could have, but we did here. Why? Because it's from a university. So they're going to use case law, and that's what we're looking for. That's how I would be doing research if I'm doing research. So my hope is some of you who understand will take a look at this and will understand where you need to be going to protect your property, to protect your interests. Some of you are taking the information you're gathering from my site and you're using it to profit off of your neighbor. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a problem with you taking the information and the insight that you're gathering and adding it to the process that you have in place or are about to put in place. But some of you are taking real advantage of people. I had someone ask me about a process, and they were just learning about the process from me. And so they wanted to charge people for this process. The only problem is before they decided they wanted to charge people for the process, they didn't talk it over with me. They didn't realize that I hadn't given them all the steps to the process. I only gave them the general steps so as to accomplish it, but I never gave them the reasons whys, the whens and the hows. And so when I heard them talking about profiting from the process. I was not irritated. I was, how come you didn't discuss that with me? How come you were making this decision without ever discussing or asking for my input on how you could go about doing it? Then I would have told you, well, you'll need to do this and you'll need to do that. And that you'll need to have them do this and you'll need to have them do that. Then I would have told you those things. Then I could have worked with you on it, because I don't want any monies from it. I don't care. And I had to eventually explain that to the person. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I don't care about you taking the information you're gathering from listening to my videos, information that I truly believed until I made this video today, that all of you should have already known, that all of you had the same access to the same information. But that is not true. As we learned, as I told you about the Meek Mill's video, he really helped me to understand that individuals develop at a different pace, different rate. Right now, he is 30 years old and he's coming to that understanding. So he is in my opinion, a very late bloomer. But you got to understand, the generation coming up now, they're not from the same mindset. Their mindset is more infantile and juvenile than it was with people who were of my age. Now, don't get me wrong, there were people of my age growing up in my generation that were infantile and juvenile even at the age of 40. But we're talking about the majority, not the minority. Okay? You all have to remember, this is still about the age of majority and the age of minority. I'm glad I'm saying that. And I said I was going to end this video, but I cannot, because there was one other thing I was supposed to tell you, and I just remembered that. So I will not end before telling you. Let's get back to the age of majority and the age of minority. Ladies and gentlemen, this all has everything about 31 CFR 363. When you understand that, and understand a minor is one who has attained the age of 18 but who has yet to gain control of their securities, then you'll understand why SATCOM was created in the first place. Remember, it's called the Security Acquisition Trust Commission. And we are steadily shoring up the foundation so as to protect people and their assets. Now, that's the first thing. I wanted to let everybody know that. Second, the issue that I said I wanted to tell you about, that I was speaking with someone the other day, and she told me that I said I was going to talk about it, but I really never talked about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I did talk about it. It's just most people weren't going to pick up on it because I wasn't trying to elaborate on it. But this video talked about it. When we sat up here and we played, hold on.
Deja vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little deja vu.
What did you see?
What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
Ladies and gentlemen, the person was highlighting the fact that I said that they changed something and that I found out. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? This one is Titanic. So I'm gonna go here because it's got me curious, and then
sometimes the world just seems a little bit fake. And we're not talking about the news, people. These are 30 glitches in the Matrix.
It's not that I believe in stupidity, okay? But I'm just interested, okay? I'm just interested. So let's
30.
play.
Freaking teleporting wall hackers, man. Sometimes they get what's coming to them, just like this guy did. It's easy to rob banks when you can teleport inside and out, but you always have to make sure to get the coordinates right. Like they say down in Tennessee or in Texas, but I'm sure they say it in Tennessee too. Measure twice, shame on you. Teleport once, can't do it again. Number 29. Did you put the toilet seat down? Yes, no, possibly, maybe. I can tell this is real by the pixels, and that suspicious brown stain. Number 27. Seeing this on the freeway is almost as bad as when you notice a head-on 18-wheeler in front of you. You tense up only to realize that it's just a truck being towed. I wonder what compelled this person to make everyone do a double take. More importantly, how many fender benders do you think he's responsible for? Number 26. Just imagine if both of them had the same name, or picked out the same movie. This is a bit more extreme than having the same order at Starbucks. Wouldn't you say? Number 25. This newspaper is trying to tell us something. I just wish we could crack the code. What could "this is not a coincidence" possibly mean? What if it's reverse psychology? What if it is just a coincidence? Nah, these guys are trying to warn us about something. I'm guessing aliens are involved. Number 24. You know the architect is having some issues with Earth when you see repeating ocean tiles. That's amateur hour, man. You gotta do better than that. Number 23.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I do get a kick out of certain videos. I don't watch all of this junk that they put out there, but I get a kick out of videos like that. So let's go ahead and talk to you about the change in the system that happened that I found out just by making a call. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a payment that I was trying to use to secure getting an item from a particular company. They needed to put a $1 charge on my credit card. So what I did is I gave them authorization. They tried and said, "Sir, it didn't go through. Could you give me the information again?" I gave them the information again. Said, "Sir, it didn't go through." I said, "There's more than enough money on that account to handle this." And I said, "I've been having some problems with them, so let me go ahead and give them a call with you on the line so that you can hear the conversation." He says, "No, that's okay. I'll get approval from my supervisor." He got approval from his supervisor, and that's what the package that was being delivered was all about yesterday when I was doing the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I called the credit card company and I said, "Excuse me, I'm having a problem. This is the second time this day and the 9th time this month that I've had an issue with making a purchase with my credit card." She says, "Well, let me check the system." She says, "Sir, were you trying to have money added to the card?" Actually, I wasn't trying to have money added to my card. She says, "Well, look, you can't have money added to the card because the system is not designed that way anymore. You have to do that with direct deposit. So the individual have to do it as if they were an employer making a direct deposit. And you'll just have to explain that to them, that they'll have to do it as if they're making a direct deposit, and then it will go through." Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. If you are trying to get access to your TDA or pay your bills through the TDA, you have to do it as if it's a direct deposit. So you can pay attention, if you do the research, you can do from your TDA account to your bank account if you do it as a direct deposit. Remember, the system is still the system. The foundational principles are still there. Hold on. No, we got to show that to you because that's also in that movie, The Matrix. Hold on. No, and I did, it has The Matrix, but we can't put foundation. I said foundations. Let's do foundation of the building. Nope, I need the key maker. I think this is the one. I think this is the one. I don't want that scene. I don't want that scene. That's too far in.
There is a building. Inside this building, there is a level where no elevator can go. that no stair can reach. This level is filled with doors. These doors lead to many places, hidden places. But one door is special.
Special.
One door leads to the source.
One door leads to the Treasury. The Federal Reserve. Oh, Lord. Dag nabbit. See, that one did the door. I don't want the door. I want him explaining the building. Okay, so he's talking about the door. I don't want the door. So let me get the building. I need him to explain the building. Let's do keymaker, electric plant. Wake up. Electrical power plant. Stop listening. We're just going to do the electric power plant. I'm interested in that. This is still the keymaker, and this they act like this is the only scene the keymaker was in. So this is the Matrix Reloaded, and we don't want the hallway scene. I don't care about the hallway scene. I care about him explaining to what's her name, Morpheus, and see, I can't think of Jada Pickett, the role she played right now. Don't tell me because I can't hear you. You're talking to a computer screen, people. You're talking to a computer. That's why I'm not looking for it to answer back, you stupid mother. Matrix Reloaded scenes. Wake up. Matrix Reloaded scenes. Stop listening. See, they only have that one scene. No, not Matrix Reloaded. Yes, it is. Because he's explaining the power plant, and that's where Trinity goes into the building, and that's where Neo sacrifices himself. And it's before that. Dagnabbit, how come they don't put that scene in where he's explaining? I might have to, give me a second, y'all. No, we're going to take y'all on this trip together. I have a ton of movies, okay? And so we're going to put, no, those are the Exiting the Matrix series, the ones I did. I'm looking for The Matrix. So the actual movie. And so I don't have The Matrix on my computer. Wait, hold on a minute. Let me show y'all something so y'all get it. No, we want properties. This is just one of my video folders. And this one is, come on, that's only 300 gigabytes. Okay, that's 600, no, 1 terabyte, 1.5 terabytes worth of movies, people, and videos. So I have a ton of movies. Let's do, is it reloaded? I want to just find the stupid scene. Okay, Naomi. That was her name. Yeah, that's my fault. We're going to go back to the power plant. Yeah, let's do the power plant. You know what? It is the door. They went into the room and he was explaining to them about the building, but I don't see it. See, this ain't gonna work. This says 46 minutes. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go through this.
ventilation system. I'm still clean. That's how it is.
No, I ain't talking about this. Oh God, this is a stupid. Sorry. This is where you want to kill somebody. That's where you want to kill somebody. That junk right there. No, I'm not looking for him. I'm looking for the key maker, where they're actually sitting and talking with the key maker and Naomi. And so we're gonna do. I do the key maker and Naomi scenes. We're gonna do one more again, y'all. Yes, and that is me being very upset with the stupidity. The plan. This might be. This might actually be the scene. Nope. Yep. This is junk. This is some idiot. But tell you what, I like the fact that they did that. I like the fact they did that. No, that's after he went into the door. So let's see. This is one of the scenes, so we're gonna. Nope, this is the one where they first get to the key maker. So, all right, give me a second. I gotta find it because I gotta show it to you. Well, anyway, this is the portion of the movie.
There is
that I
a
was
building.
talking about. Hour and 38
Inside
minutes.
this building, there is a level
and
where
10
no
seconds.
elevator can go, and no stair can reach. This level is filled with doors. These doors lead to many places, hidden places. But one door is special.
Special.
One door leads to the source. This building is protected by a very secure system. Every alarm triggers the bomb.
Now pay attention to what he says next. It is not the movie that we're focused on. It is the statement that is made with regards to logic, reality, and what is regarding cohesive comprehension of the world around us. Not the matrix, but reality and logical comprehension of things. Hold on.
Bomb. Did he say bomb? But like all systems, it has a weakness.
Every system has a weakness. Now look at the system. Every system has a weakness, including the system for which we reside in. This administrative system. What is the weakness of the system, people? It is based on rules, based on policies, procedures, rules. You have to get that into your heads. This is not about a stupid movie. This is about fundamental, sound, logical principles of existence. You cannot get around the fact that these morons, idiots, have created this system based on rules. So for the last hour and a half, I've been downloading this movie so I could play this for you So you could see what I keep talking about when I talk about the key maker in the matrix. All of those other conversations you hear with the key maker having, that has nothing to do with anything. It's not about anything important. This is the most important thing the key maker had to say. Pay attention.
The system is based on the rules of a building. One system built on another.
Electricity.
The system is based on rules, one system built upon another. What's the foundation of all of this junk that these idiots are doing? March 9th, 1933, May 12th, 1933. That's the foundation of their stupid system. That is how they were operating. Pay attention. The courts cannot function. The Treasury cannot function without the March 9, 1933 Act. It has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve Act. It has everything to do with what the March 9, 1933 Act says about the President and the Treasury having been given delegatory power to do certain things. Okay, the Treasury does not receive its authority from the President. It receives it from the March 9, 1933 Act and the May 12, 1933 Act. That's where they're operating. That's the foundation. That's how you access the Federal Reserve and the Treasury, is through their declarations that they have issued, their proclamations that they have issued, their directives that they have issued. One foundation built upon another foundation, or one system built upon another. That's how you defeat them. Now, we're not talking about beating anybody up or killing anybody. We're not talking about, forget all that disclaimer stuff. They are using the system. You can only beat them at their own game. Learn their systems, their policies, their procedures. I did a video where I told you that the gentleman called the Treasury and they told him that the bank is supposed to do this. They're supposed to send, you're supposed to send your note to them, endorse. They're supposed to send it to us. The Treasury told this to the gentleman. It's just, and I'm going to call him an idiot right now, Almond. You know, I'm talking about you. I'm going to call him an idiot right now because he didn't record the call. I'm kidding. He did record. Well, he thought his phone was recording and it wasn't. So he made the mistake. Same mistake I've made and all the rest of you've made. But you didn't have to say that about him. Yes, I did. Because he had to email me back telling me that the reason why his phone didn't record it because he heard the video. So yes, I did. Ladies and gentlemen, understand that's how the system is
If
built.
one fails, so must the other.
Whoa, if part of the system fails, so must the other part of the system fails. That's why you have to use their own system against them, because they cannot defeat their own system. Okay, it's a domino effect. They cannot deny you here when it is the right, when you're using their system, when you're relying on their system, because to do so would kill the rest of the system. That's why you have to challenge the statute. I'm challenging the statute as unconstitutional. The March 9, 1933 Act and all the subsequent acts from that as being unconstitutional because Congress cannot delegate its authority and or power. You, as a regular Smojo, can't do that. Why? Because you would not be able to handle the argument. What you mean I wouldn't be able to handle the argument? Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try and see if you can stand in court and argue them to death on their stupid system and how that stupid code is unconstitutional using their stupid code to prove it. Go ahead, see if you can do it. That's what I thought. So let's go back so that you understand, get the lesson, because some of y'all don't get it. No, we ain't talking about no fight scenes. We're going to talk about right there. Not there. That's too far back. There.
Oh my God, it's blowing up!
What did you hear,
This
Neil?
building is protected by a very
You
secure
heard it was
system.
protected by a very secure system.
Every alarm triggers the bomb.
Uh-oh,
Did you
guys.
say bomb?
But like
When you
all
try to
systems, it
destroy
has a
the
weakness.
system,
The system is
triggers a
based
bomb.
on the rules of a building.
The system is
One
based on the
system
rules
built
of
on
a
another.
system,
Electricity.
administrative.
If one fails, so must the other.
No electricity, no alarm.
You cannot destroy the system, people. Not possible. You destroy the system, everything collapses. They will do everything in their power. What do you mean they'll do everything in their power? Let me show you. Hold on, not there. Not there. There we go. This is what I mean. They will do everything in their power. Hold on.
Look at that, you're promoting violence.
They will come at you with everything they got. And they will keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. They will do the best they can to grab you, hold you, lock you up. They will beat you down until you can't move anymore. This is what happens when you attack their system. They will attack you back, and they will use the system and their agents to attack you. You all have seen it. They will assimilate other people. Why? By convincing them that what you're doing is wrong. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, remember, you cannot fight the system. This is not about joining the system. This is about you using the system to defeat the system. Thus, this man we call the key maker. Not there. Well, that is the key maker, but that's not the key maker we're talking about. That's the key maker that we're talking about. I don't want that key maker. I want that key maker.
How do you know all this?
Okay? All of you are asking me that question. I didn't make it stop there purposely. I don't believe in coincidences. This is how it ends up. That's Naomi. Hold on.
I know because I must know. It is my purpose.
Now, if you haven't learned that by now, and listening to my videos and listening to me, I know what I know. And as I told you, I haven't studied this stuff. I just know it because I have a purpose in life. My purpose in life has been to help people. I told people that since I was 3 years old, since I was 5 years old, since I was 11 years old. I have told this to people throughout my life. Told this to my daddy and my mommy. I told this to my school teachers and my classmates. When the teacher would ask, and this was 2 teachers who asked me this, I do recall for certain. One teacher's name was Mrs. Greenberg. She was a Caucasian teacher in the hood. But I remember Mrs. Greenberg had a lot of respect for Mrs. Greenberg. Mrs. Greenberg got so frustrated with me because you know how I talk and I talk and I talk and I just can't stop talking and I just keep talking. Well, Mrs. Greenberg, I was talking during her class and she was trying to explain something to the students and she threw something at me. She threw the eraser from the chalkboard. She threw it at me in the middle of the class. You talk about high stakes and drama. I picked up that eraser and I threw it back and I hit her in the chest and her breastum was this. And all because, oh, I was embarrassed. I wasn't trying to hit her there. I was just reacting. You threw something at me. My mama done told me you pick up whatever you have to. A piece of lint, a piece of dust. I don't care whatsoever it is, you better pick it up and use it in your defense. So she threw it at me and I threw it back at her. You reap what you sow, ho. Miss Greenberg. Now, Miss Greenberg was not a mean teacher, not a bad teacher. She was not prejudiced. Miss Greenberg actually literally cared about the kids. So Miss Greenberg pulled me to the side, took me outside the class, told the class, calm down, took me outside this class, and she said, you know, I apologize. And I said, I'm sorry too. And she says, but you must understand, I know that you already know these things. I said, yeah, and it's boring. She says, yes, but see, the other kids, they don't know this. And so I'm trying to teach them. I know you already know. She says, okay, so I tell you what I'm going to do. She says, I'm going to allow you to help me with the children. You're going to be my assistant. I'm going to let you help me tutor the other children during the class. So the kids who have problems understanding, I'm going to let you go and help them while I'm helping the rest of the class. She says, are you willing to do that? I said, yeah. So I got to, in the 4th grade, be a teacher's assistant. I got to help all the other kids. Okay? That was me. So this is just to let you know. I know what I know because it is my purpose. I've always known more than the people around me. It's always been that case since I was a kid. More than my parents, more than my brothers and sisters. Yes, I stood out. Everybody has come to me for advice and information all of my life. But you guys understand, this has been 50 years of existence, a half a century, and this has been happening to me every day. No matter where I go, people come to me for advice about not just 1 or 2 things, everything. Because they come to me for advice, it becomes a little too much because, see, I have no outlet. I have no way to deplug from the system, from all of this. But people come to me because it is my purpose. because they know that I have the answers to things that they don't know, that they don't have. The only thing I can do for you all is because I can't help everybody, is I must have you help yourself. We got one more thing and then we're going to end this video because see, this section, even though it's been almost 2 hours since I said it originally, this section was for you all to understand that they told me that in order for us to make a deposit into our prepaid debit cards, into our bank accounts, it has to come in as if it is a, pay attention, direct deposit. But isn't that what we're doing, making a direct deposit? They created a different system, the black cat theory, okay? That's the issue that they did.
But didn't you just say if you put up the Matrix and show them fight scenes that you're promoting violence and perpetuating and culturing the environment of violence, and that way people are going to watch it and go out there and start shooting up schools?
Yeah, I did say that because we talk about movies like this that are violent, and because we promote or say or suggest that we've seen or watched or you should go and watch or listen to, that we're perpetuating the culture of violence in our world. Yes, I said that. That was me.
Well, then what you doing? You can't do that. You just told people not to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely right.
Oh, and now you're going to open up the Bible after you done showed those violent scenes?
Well, actually, yes.
Are you going to say you're going to do it because there's violence in the Bible and so it just...
No, I'm not doing that because there's violence in the Bible. Look, David cut off Goliath's head, chopped it off with a sword, off with his head. Okay? Jesus was tortured and crucified. Well, we don't like to use the word crucified because it has a certain connotation. But please understand, the torture that he went through, none of you or anyone else was ever put through the same type of torture. Just not possible. But
what about the two men who were next to him?
no, they didn't go through what Jesus went through. You don't hear nothing about them being before Pilate, being spat on, socked in the face, beat up by the guards. And this went on for almost 24 hours, people. Remember, he didn't get any sleep. They did all of this over the course of nighttime after sundown because he had just celebrated the Passover, all the way up until the afternoon the next day, just before sundown. Remember, he had to be put to death before sundown. So almost 24 hours he endured this. But people don't take that into consideration. We're going to go to the book of Mark because there's some, oh, he's talking about the Bible. I'm going to turn off the video now. Knock yourself out because what I'm talking about ain't for you anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to Mark the 8th chapter. Now, I don't know exactly. Oh, it's not Mark the 8th chapter. Let's see. Is it before the 8th chapter? I think it might be before the 8th chapter. So let's see if I can go before. No, we're going to go here and then we're going to go. Let's try. I know it could be Matthew's the 8th chapter, and I could be wrong by going here. Give me 1 second. Got to make sure. No, that's the Phoenician woman taking the bread and giving it to the dogs, the little puppies. He used the phrase, so he wasn't calling her a dog, okay? He spoke about giving the crumbs to the little puppies, the little doggies, because she had a little daughter, and so it is not right, he said, to take away the food from the children and throw it to the dogs. He actually used the phrase little dogs. He didn't use the phrase dogs. And so that's this translation. And I told you all about all these different translations translating how they feel. But we're just going to show this real quick and then we're going to go back and mind our business. Okay. TikTok. We're going to go to the American Standard Version, which is this. And we're going to go down to, I forgot what verse that was. Hold on. Nope. Yep, that's the one. Hold on, got to go down there. Phoenician woman and number 27. And so we go forward and we got the same thing. And we go to number 27, cast it to the dogs. Okay. Or loaf. Oh, it says bread. So that's where the one is. Okay. That cast it to the dogs. No twantation, no good twantation. because he wasn't talking about dogs as full-grown dogs, because a female dog is a full-grown dog. Okay, you don't want a female dog. And cast it, see, this one says house dog. So he wasn't talking about a dog in a mean sense. He was talking about a dog as if it was a little puppy. Throw it to the little dogs, because little puppies are cute and people take care of their little puppies, especially if they're house dog. But the woman says, Lord, yes, even the little house dogs eat from the crumbs of the children that fall from the table of their masters. And he says, woman, you surprised me. And I don't get surprised that often, but you surprised me. Go ahead. Everything you just asked for, you got. Man, y'all need to listen to this woman, because this woman, she knows what she doing. She know what she talking about. Y'all just ain't got it going on like that, but she got it going on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for something, and I am not looking for this. So no, this is the same verse. This is the same chapter. I was supposed to be going to 8, but I think we're going to go to 6. Okay, we're going to go here, and we're going to click on 6. Okay, give me 1 second. This is about him summoning the 12 and sending them out and all of that stuff. And they just let him know that John was dead. Dead. That Herod had killed John because he was angry. And he didn't have no time to be sleeping. But I'm going to have to put y'all on pause, because I'm not going to put y'all through this. I don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got my Biblias right here. I know it's in Matthew, but I also know it's in Mark. And it's the one in Mark. All right, Matthew's. Give me a second. Got to go to Matt. I know it's in Matt. I don't know where it is in Mark, but roughly about 10. Okay. All right. Now, this is after he named all them brothers. Y'all know Solomon, Bartholomew, Simon. It says Solomon, Bartholomew, Thomas, Philip, Simon, Levi. You know, Levi called Matthew and all that stuff, y'all. Hold on. Nope. Y'all gonna have to, I'm not gonna put y'all through this. Give me a second. 1 second. As you see, it didn't take that long now. Just look at the timestamp and you'll see it didn't take that long. Ladies and gentlemen, notice what it says he did. He helped this man, and then he asked the disciples, hey, who the people saying I am? And they said, some said Elijah, and others say one of the prophets, and some say John the Baptizer. But anyway, notice right here. And he began to teach them, saying that the Son of Man is going to be suffered, and the high priest is going to deliver him up. Wait, make sure this is Mark. That's right, we got Mark. And the multitude of the disciples, whoever wants to be following me, let them follow me, blah, blah, blah. Now, this ain't the right one. I thought I had it. Give me 1 second, y'all. That's not the part that I need to be finding and showing y'all. Hold on. That was my fault. I never really clicked on it. It said Mark, but it wasn't marked. Okay, pay attention. It says, straight away, the flow of blood from the woman dried up. Well, what was going on? This woman had been suffering from a flow of blood from her body all her life. Okay? And she had been with this issue, extreme issue, since for 12 years. And having suffered many things by many physicians, she had given up all her money to find a cure. She tried all them herbal remedies. She tried the hyssop. She tried the soaped column oil, and she tried the peppermint oil, and she tried Dr. Sebi's oils, and she tried all of the stuff on the internet, and nothing worked. So when she had heard about this fella named Jesus having come, she blended in with the crowd from behind, and she just touched his garment. Just, if I just touch the fringe of his garment, I get well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this woman was suffering from a flow of blood. Now, she was a Jew, a Jew. Now, as a Jewish woman, she was not allowed to be out amongst the public during that time. See, they didn't have a lot of, sanitation, and so there was a lot of disease, and so they had to keep themselves away from diseases back then. See, it wasn't like today. Didn't have the proper sanitation that we have today. We get most of our sanitation from them Jewish laws that y'all heard about. But anyway, that's enough about all that.
The woman touched his garment, just the garment, just the fringe of the garment. You see what the fringe of the garment is? It's those little strings that hang down that you've seen on most of them rabbis and stuff in ancient times. Well, that's the fringe that she touched. For she said, if but I touch his garment, I will be healed. And so she did that, and straight away her flood of blood was dried up. She was no longer a blood, y'all. She became crip overnight. All right, she turned from being a blood to a crip. Anyway, cripple. No, crip. Okay, she knew that her body was made healed from her scourge. And straight away, Jesus said, when he had realized and recognized that power had gone off from himself, he turned around to the crowd and he says, who touched my garment? Ladies and gentlemen, he had just fed a multitude of people. See, a great multitude gathered to him. So people were following around because they wanted to be fed. They wanted to be healed. So he added a multitude of people. And so he says, who touched me? And the disciples said to him, are you crazy? Now look, thou see the multitude of crowd around thee. Are you crazy? What do you mean, who touched you? Everybody's touching you. Well, it says, thou said, who touched me? And he looked around to see the woman who did this. And the woman, fearing and trembling, because he's looking directly at her. Yeah, you caught. What you doing touching me without my permission? Is what she's thinking. Knowing what had happened to her, she fell down at his feet and told him the truth. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, she just touched the fringe of his garment. And he perceived power coming out of him. A lot of people have been coming to me all my life, and they've been taking my strength, my power, my energy. They give all kind of apologies. They swear up and down they're sorry, but they continue to do it. And then they get angry when I tell them enough. I told one person, I said, I am not here to help you with your case. I wasn't there when the case got started. I didn't cause this to happen to you. I am not under any obligation to help you. Originally, I told him I wasn't going to help. Then I helped the person. Then I told the person what they needed to do to keep certain things from happening. They did not do it. And certain things happened as a result of them not following and listening to me. Now they want to take what I tell them, bounce it off other people, and then take and hodgepodge and do the things that I'm suggesting they do. Ladies and gentlemen, I chastised the individual. I criticized the individual. I belittled the individual because they came back to me after the problem was created that would not have been created if they had done what I told them to do the way I told them to do it in the first place. The last conversation with that person was to check me and let me know that I ain't got to help them, that they'll just have to suffer the consequences. Trying to say, because you don't have to keep reminding me of this. Okay, fine. But you're asking for my help. And this is after I helped you, gave you the information you wanted, and now there's a consequence. You're asking for my help to help you with the consequence caused by your actions. Oh no, you're going to listen to that. You're going to listen to me say ITYS. I told you so if you had listened to me in the first place, because that's the only way you're going to get my help. Ladies and gentlemen, if I make you feel stupid, that's not my intention. My intention is to highlight the fact that if you had done what you were supposed to do in the first place, then it would not have happened. That's my intent. Because the next time it comes up, you will be less likely to commit the same offense twice. Because it's the fact that you didn't know what you were doing in the first place that led you to this situation. And because you didn't listen to me the first time, your situation got worse. So my job is to prevent you from injuring yourself. You know, the Bible speaks about the love of money. Everybody thinks that it's money that's the root of all so-called evil. Let me show this to you, and this is the last thing. We'll go on. Watch this. We did Who Touched Me, and now LOVE of MONEY. And we do love of money. Now, we want the scripture that speaks directly about the love of money
For the love of money is the root. It's not for money is the root of all evil. It's the love. I love you of money. That is the root of all evil, says all of the evil, some Bibles, are sorts of injurious things. Injurious. Why injurious? Because people cause themselves injury. What? For which some aspiring to have wandered from the faith and have pierced, injured themselves through with many sorrows. Ladies and gentlemen, my job is to try to help you, prevent you from causing your own self pain, sorrow, injury. But people don't want to listen to me. People want to do whatever they want to do because they don't need me. Okay? Now these two say Pierce, but I don't want Pierce because I didn't like Paul Pierce. Sorry. I actually didn't like Paul Pierce. Everybody else was on his jock. So I have this habit of as long as everybody on your jock, I ain't want to have nothing to do with you. And it brings them many troubles. It says that some people have stopped believing in God because of their want of money. Okay? Because people love money. They do all kind of wrong things just to get money. The love of money is the root, the foundation of all kinds of ignorant and stupid things. People, there is no money. So, again, my job is to stop you from injuring yourself. My job is to cause you to think about things you would not ordinarily think of. My job is to let you know that I know what I know because it is my purpose to know. That I know that there's nobody else on this planet like me. I have looked, I have searched, I have tried to find my twin. My twin does not exist on this planet, people. Well, Michael Jackson talked about my twin. I'm looking for the man in the mirror. Okay. Other than that, I don't have anybody that I can go and pull and drain energy from. But I have this wonderful disease that takes away my energy. And so people are trying to take away what little bit of energy I do have on a day-to-day basis. And I must tell you all no. I know that you guys are watching my videos, you're gaining information, you're gaining knowledge. That is fine. But please understand, it takes its toll on me. So I am not here to help you polish up your research. That's what you're there to do. Oh, let me say this also. Miss Ritter and Anthony. Thank you. That was Anthony. Hold on. Let me make sure it was Anthony. Gotta say the man's name right. Can't just be sitting up here saying nobody's name and not getting the name right. Hold on. That's my email box saying, hey, what up? Where you at? Oh, yeah, that's Anthony. Anthony, I got you. Your communication. You're welcome. And that's all I'm gonna tell you. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, you all need to get this because it is necessary for you to get. I am not here to hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Nope, that's not me. I'm not here to let me show you the way. I'm not part of the Jacksons, people. I'm not here to show you the way. That's not my job. I'm not here to preach to you. If I show you, I just had a conversation with someone yesterday. If I show you a scripture, I'm not telling you to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay? What did Paul say? It is my hope that all of you will become as I am. But that's not why I do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I do this because it is my purpose. That's why I do this. I do this because I'm trying to help a certain segment of the population. That's why I don't advertise the videos. If you build it, they will come. I told you guys I live by that principle. Field of Dreams, love that movie. If you build it, they will come. I don't have to advertise. I just put the information out there. But you don't always give all the details. That's right, because I'm not here to give people all the details. People, you have to learn how to think for yourself. That's what I'm trying to teach you. That's why I talked about at the beginning of this video. See, I haven't forgotten. Meek Mills. Listen to what he says. Go and listen to the video. He's not talking about hip hop. Okay, you'll hear him say that, oh, well, you know what? Nobody talks about this, so we might as well talk about it now. And he grabs the microphone and puts it closer to his mouth because he has something he wants y'all to hear. Now, I'm not saying that he's a genius. I don't know the man. I've never listened to a single song that I know of that he sings. Okay? All I know is I took the time, something said, yeah, listen to that video. And I listened. And I heard him say things that lets me know that he gained maturity, that he became a man. I told everybody I did not become a man until I was 26 years old. That's when I realized what life really was. That's when I realized everything, how people were, how life was. And again, when you're a man, that's when I realized, hey, wait a minute. I'm taking care of myself. I'm sustaining myself without anybody else's help. My God was helping me. But anyway, at that point, I wasn't at my mommy's house. I wasn't at my daddy's house. I wasn't at my neighbor's house. I didn't have no roommate to take care of me. As a matter of fact, my entire life, my roommates, with the exception of one period of time when I became someone else's roommate, but my roommate ain't never had to come out of their pocket to pay electric bill, gas bill, water bill, even part of the rent. They were allowed to live. All they had to do, that's the only thing they had to do, was make sure that they communicated with me daily so that I knew that they were safe. But other than that, they got to come and go as they please. And the only, oh, no loud parties and no smoking or drinking in my house and no cursing in my house. Those were the rules. So people say, oh no, I need to have my little smoke and I need to be able to drink. I'm a grown man. That's right. So that means that you didn't get to live in my house. See, they didn't pay rent. They didn't pay light bill, gas bill, or water bill for a reason. Because my rules were the rules. And those were my 3 rules. No smoking, no drinking, no cursing. Real simple. Other than that, they can do whatever they want. Those are my rules. That was their rent. No smoking, no drinking, no cursing. And we established those rules at the very beginning. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, when I hit 26 years old, I actually looked in the mirror at myself and I said, you know what? You just became a man. Interesting. It wasn't the first time somebody had sex that made them a man. They teach that on the movies, you know. Oh, if you're gonna have sex, you gotta become a man, and this is how you become a man. Please, that's not how a person becomes a man or a woman. You become a man when you're able to handle your own business, manage your own self, take care of your own things, not that pretend stuff you do at the age of 16 when you escape from the house and you go and live someplace else. No, a man takes care of his responsibilities, and you can't do that at 16 years old. I don't give a who you claim to be and how much you claim you took care of yourself since you were 16. Look at yourself now. You ain't doing too well, is you? So, ladies and gentlemen, it has a lot more to do than what people imagine. Finally, this video, we talked a little bit about Meek Mills, ladies and gentlemen. He talked about drugs. He talked about addictions. I started off talking about how we have so many addictions. We're addicted to this, we're addicted to that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have so many addictions. They're not always bad. It's just our addictions control us. They lead us oftentimes astray. We have to take control. We cannot let our addictions take control of us. If I leave you with anything, I leave you with that. Your addiction does not have to be drugs. It does not have to be sex. It does not have to be violence. It does not have to be reading. It does not have to be flying planes, flying kites. But you have addictions that control you. Do you have to watch the latest football game? Do you have to know the latest figure scores? Do you have to know the stock market? Do you have to know who said what, when, where, how? Do you have to follow social media? Those are all addictions, people. And they do it to us on purpose. That's what the media does. That's why the media promotes stuff like this. Hold on. Let me show it to you. Violence! Okay, that's what the media does. It promotes violence. And we have to watch the latest violent shows. Remember, my brother sent me a video of a car accident, of someone getting into a car accident and dying head on. He sent me another video of a guy getting electrocuted on top of a train over there, probably Pakistan or India. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to see bull like that, ever. I even had to tell him, don't send me nothing else like that. My conscience can't handle that stuff. But there are people who are addicted to the more extreme junk, the more extreme violence. But see, my mind thinks about the consequences of those things. The reason why so many people have so many addictions that are uncontrolled addictions because they can't control them. That's why they keep going and pushing the envelope, going worse and worse and worse, is because they have no control. They don't think of the consequences. They don't think of the surrounding circumstances. Well, my mind is an analytical mind. It thinks about all the consequences, the need bees, the would bees, the possibilities. It thinks about all them bees, y'all. And because it does that, it is tormentous. It torments me to an extreme. So I say again, my hope is that the information I provide in this collage of information that I believe is beneficial for people is beneficial for you. I say that and I leave you to be you. Have a good day.